Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Liberty, and if you are new here, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And I just want to preface this video by saying I apologize in advance. My next door neighbor has been going strong, leaf blowing for the past 6 hours, and that is fine. I'm never that type of person that's mad for someone for living their life, but this is the only thing I wanted to do today, and I'm losing time. So I do want to get this video done today, so I just apologize in advance if it does come through. I did put the mic a little bit closer to my mouth, so hopefully it does drown out the noise of the leaf blower, but we'll see. We'll try to get through this video together. Also, I want to introduce my little friend here. My girlfriend bought me this little gift. So sweet of her. It's a little tiny Vincent van Gogh little felt figurine. It's actually an ornament, but I'm keeping it in my little craft room because I just thought that was so cute. So I hope you don't mind hanging out with Vincent van Gogh today. But as you can tell by the video, I have another e-reader here, and I do want to talk to you about e-readers because I've gone down a weird road of collecting e-readers, and I don't want to be that person. Although I've become that person, I'm getting out of that. I want to go down to 2, I think, or even this one, we'll see. But I do have the Kindle Color Soft here, and I've had this for a little while now, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not that happy with it. And the device itself is fine, but what I find myself doing a lot, because it doesn't have an edge on it, is that when I just pick it up, I tend to either turn the page on it. Sometimes if I go to grab it, I have that little dictionary that comes up, just because there's not a lot of space to hold the device. Now I could hold it down here. It doesn't feel very comfortable down here. I did throw a pop socket on there, but I'll be honest with you, I don't really like how a pop socket feels. I tend to read for a long period of time. Sometimes I will read for a few hours, and holding the pop socket just doesn't feel that great in my hands to me. I don't like this feeling of holding a pop socket like that. So because of that, I have been going back to my Kindle Basic. This is the Kindle Basic, the matcha color one, and at least this does have a little bit of an edge to it, so I feel like I have some place to put my thumb where I'm not constantly hitting the screen, changing the page, and I don't know where I am sometimes. Sometimes I would put this one down, say I'm getting a drink or something, and I go to put it back, pick it back up, and I realize I've turned the page, and I'm like, did I go forward? Did I go backwards? Am I a page ahead? Am I 3 pages ahead? Where am I? So I have to go back and find it often using this device. This one's a little bit better, but it is a smaller device, and I don't know, I just wasn't feeling this one as well because I really like buttons. Now this is the Kobo. I have been loving this device so much. I love everything about this device. The one thing I don't do, I really don't annotate as much as I thought I was going to. I find that very distracting. I just like to read books. So I do feel like it has a larger space to hold the device, and this is a lot more comfortable for me. And then having this little pen here for this case, I feel like I can read very easily with this and then turn the page. Now it's still touchscreen, so I can still read on a touchscreen if I wanted to, but I don't know, I just like the buttons, and you can change if you want this one to go forward or backwards, and you can change them out. So I've been enjoying reading on the device very much. But as you probably know, the catalog for Kobo, their store, sometimes there's books that's just not available. So that's a little bit of a limitation for me. So I figured I would go back to the NOOK. Now, the NOOK is a Barnes & Noble device. If you're not familiar with this, I know this is not as popular as, the Kindle and things like that, but this was one of my original e-readers that I had well over a decade ago, probably even 15 years ago. And I remember loving this device so much. Now, at the time, I wasn't reading as much as I am today, so I didn't really get that much of an experience out of it as I would now. I'm reading a ton more now. So I was like, well, let me go back to Barnes & Noble. I buy a lot of my books at Barnes & Noble. I have 3 amazing Barnes & Noble near me, so I tend to go to the store quite a bit. So I was like, let me just go back to this. Now, I chose this one because they have a new limited edition color out called Ocean Teal, and I thought this would be kind of fun. This just came out. I had to pre-order this a little over a month ago. Actually, it wasn't supposed to be here until like January, and it arrived just yesterday. That's why I was so excited to make this video today, because I really wanted to get it open. So here are a couple of the specs about the device. I'll leave some up on the screen here. So this is the NOOK Glow Light 4. It is a 6-inch display. It has a 300 ppi display. It's the highest resolution for their e-ink reader. It is a glow light illumination. You get good lighting in any situation. It has a night mode where it automatically shifts from cool to warm light at night. And it does have 32 gigabytes of storage, so you can hold thousands of books in here. It has page turning buttons. As you know, I love a button. The buttons on here are amazing. I just love to have a button. I don't really enjoy the touchscreen as much. Don't know why, maybe because I'm a little bit older and I'm used to it. I just really like that. And it says it has a good battery life. I don't know, obviously it's been years since I've used one of these, but it says that you can get weeks out of a charge. It is a USB-C charging cable, and yeah. So let's take a look at the color and let's get this all set up. So obviously it comes with some information, and it does have a USB-C cable. I don't need another cable in my life. I have so many cables, so I'm just gonna kind of keep that off to the side right now. And it does have this little cellophane wrap here. How pretty is this color, right? It's called Ocean Teal. And another thing that I really like about this, it has buttons on both sides of the device. That is what kind of sold me. And it has a lot of space for your thumbs. It's a little bit thicker than my Kindle, so you can see the space around the screen here. You see that? And I feel like this would be easier to hold. So that's the device. It's almost the size of the Kindle Basic here. It's a little bit shorter, but a little bit wider, I think. So it's a little bit wider. So what I want to do is try to get this set up, and the button for this is on the top, which is nice. It's kind of out of the way here. I know this might sound minimal, but I really like the screen when it gets started. Let me zoom you in. See how it's like a little bookshelf in the back? Now I'm not going to bore you with every second of setting this up. Okay, trying to log into this device took me over an hour. I put my password in, it wasn't recognized, so I tried to change my password, and they had to send me a link, which was fine. Changed my password. I kept plugging it into my NOOK, and it wasn't identifying it, and then it locked me out of my device. I ended up calling NOOK. It was crazy, but I was on the phone with them within 1 minute. So their customer service is really good. So they told me I had to wait at least 30 minutes before I could log in again. And then in the meantime, I allow it to charge for a little bit, and I logged in just fine. So that's kind of where I am. So I'm logged into the device, and it's not a colored NOOK, meaning you can't see any color on here, which is not a big deal for me. I don't care so much about having the books being colored because I don't read graphic novels. So it says I can tap here. There's a little icon up here. It's a little, looks like a little light bulb. If you tap here, you can adjust your glow light, which is nice. I like the fact that you can adjust the light right from your main screen, because I feel like with a Kindle, you have to go through settings, but I like that it's right on here. So let me just tap that and kind of see, you can go lighter and darker. Now, remember I was telling you about that night mode? So it automatically goes into a warm light at night. So you can choose whether you want that on or off. I'm gonna keep it on. Ooh, it does go nice and warm here. So I'm gonna go, and then let me just go into all the settings. Let me see if there's anything that I want to adjust here. So here's the page key. So you can choose how you want the buttons. There are 4 buttons here. I know it's hard to see in this light here, but there are 2 2 buttons on each side. So this side, the page forward buttons are on the top, and on this side, the page forward are on the bottom. So sometimes I have to like feel, I think I want to have them on the bottom, because if I hold a device like this, my thumbs are closer to the bottom ones. So I think I want to do that. So down here, here's the library. Obviously, I don't really have anything in my library. So there's a little icon right here. That is the Nook symbol. You see that right there? It's kind of like a home screen. You have the store here. I'm just searching for a book that I think I want to try reading on here. And there is a new book called Mona's Eyes. I might have to put my information in here though. Let me just see what I have here. Obviously, I have to get used to this device. It's been so long, and I'm sure it's changed since the last time I used this. I am going to update my card, so I will be right back. Okay, I put my new credit card information in, and I wanted to download a book in real time and just show you guys how long it takes. So I wanted to read Mona's Eyes as my next book. I'm still finishing a book right now by Dan Brown. So, whoa, $28 for a digital book? What the heck, you guys? This is $28 for this digital download. I'm shocked right now how expensive this is. Because of that, I want to see how much if it's the same thing on the Kindle. Wow. You guys, I am a little bit upset right now. It is only $13, well, $13.49 on the Kindle. It's $28 on the Nook. This is a little bit upsetting to me. Wow. This could be a deal breaker because of that. Honestly, this could be a deal breaker, but let me see how much it is on the Kobo. And it's $20 on Kobo. So the book is cheaper on the Kindle. Wow, what a big difference. When you look at all these platforms, $28 on the Nook, $20 on the Kobo, and $13.49, I think, or something like that, $13 and some change on the Kindle. Whoa. I'm just at a loss, but you know, I'm here in the video, so I'm going to continue with this. I'm going to buy this book for now. And yeah, I'm a little bit bummed out by that. I feel like, I don't know, I just don't know what to say right now. This is a little bit upsetting because I don't know if the physical book is even this much money. Honestly, I have to, let me go on the Barnes & Noble website and see how much the actual physical book is. A digital download should never be this expensive. And if you guys agree with me, just please comment if I'm just crazy here. So I'm gonna go to the Barnes & Noble just app here. This is a book of the year, it says. Look, book of the year. Let me just see how much a hardcover book for this is $30. And the digital download is $28. Are you insane? I'm sorry that, wow. Okay. Well, I'm gonna buy it because I'm here and I do wanna see what it looks like on here. I'm a little bit bummed out by that. That is very expensive for a digital download book. Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I never realized how expensive digital downloads are, but looking at all the devices side by side, this could be a deal breaker for most people, honestly. And I didn't realize how expensive a book was from the Kobo versus the Kindle. This is a big deal. Let's see here. So you can tap the aid to adjust the text size, the fonts. Let me just see what kind of fonts they have. You can adjust the margins and the line spacing. And there's something called justification. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Let me just choose auto. I think it has to do with how the margins are in the text here. I mean, I think the font looks good. Let's see how quickly the page refreshes. So that's not bad, right? So It says I'm 2%. It's learning my reading speed here. I do like that. Oh, my dogs are coming in. They're about to be like really loud. Tells you the page down here or the reading speed on this side. It's also touchscreen in case you are wondering. It's pretty responsive. I couldn't do an update on this earlier because I didn't have enough battery to do an update. So it did say this would work a lot better once you fully charge it too. So I will have to do that. But I do feel like it's a little bit glitchy, and I don't know if it's just because I'm just getting it set up and it's new, and I don't know, it's not fully charged. I barely have a half battery on here, so yeah, I still can't get over the price, you guys, of this digital ebook. I'm shocked. I don't think I've ever paid that much for an ebook in my life. Anyway, I'm gonna let this kind of do its thing. My dogs are a little bit out of control right now anyway, so I will be right back. Okay, well, I've composed myself. I'm over the shock of how much this book was. And again, that's a little bit disappointing. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I don't know if it's just because that's a new release. I'm gonna have to like play with it. But let me just go over the device itself. I do love the layout of this device. I like that it's very light. Obviously, I think they're all pretty light. I love the buttons on it very much. I love the buttons. I love that there's all this space for your hands and for your thumbs to sit. I do like the way it looks. I like the font. I like the the settings on here. I'm going to get it in a case. Now I have two cases here. I bought this NOOK one with the device. I love this red together. So I bought these two together, and I don't know if I feel like using this right now because of course I went down a rabbit hole. I went on Amazon and I fell in love with this good old-fashioned type of cover that I used to use back in the day. And I know everyone's into like putting a clear thing with a pop socket, but for me, like I said in the beginning of the video, I don't like using a pop socket when I read. I know everyone wants to put all these stickers, and I don't know, I just felt like it was just chaos on the back of my Kindles and stuff. I don't know, I'm not into it anymore. I just want to go back to this. Now, I'm a little bit nervous that this is not going to fit this, so let me just see if it does. I feel like everything during this video just hasn't really worked out the best for me so far. So let me just see if I can get this to fit in here. Okay, let's talk about this case for a moment. This is, to me, I feel like this case has been around forever. I don't see a lot of people using these, but I want to tell you why I think this is the best case. I wish they made one for the Kobo like this. I'm gonna have to do more research because I like this case. I like having a cover, first off. I need something to cover my screen. I take my e-readers to work with me. I take them out. They come with me everywhere. So I want to protect it, right? So something like this is not gonna protect the Kindle. Yes, you can get a screen cover or like one of those screen protectors on here, but it doesn't cover or protect the rest of the Kindle. And like I said, I don't really love the pop socket, but what I like about this, first off, I think it's really cute, right? I think this looks really cute. I love this case so much. As you know, Vincent van Gogh is one of my favorite artists, and this is his painting. So love this so much. But what I like about this case, first off, it magnetizes on the back. So it easily stays open. It doesn't come undone once it's closed. Also on the back, it has a built-in holder. You know what I mean? So you can easily put your hand in here. And this to me, this to me is more comfortable than holding a pop socket. So I can easily put my hand in here. I don't feel like my fingers are, I can put them wherever I want. And this is much more comfortable to me. I like that. Now, a lot of people complain that this is on one side, but you can easily put your hand over here, use your other hand for that. So that to me is much more comfortable than using the pop socket. Also, I like that there's all this space to, like I said, hold your device. really love this. This actually feels really good in my hand right now. I like this. I love the buttons are open here. I really like that the power button is on top and it's raised. As you know, the Kindles are sometimes hard to turn on. You have to kind of like get your finger in there. I don't know. This is easier. I like that it's on top. To me, this feels much more natural to turn on a device than it is to kind of like go down here and try to find it and turn it on. So I like that. The Kobo, it's a little awkward. I wish the power button was on this side, because when I have this open, right? If I have this open, well, I can't get to it. It's like way over here now. I have to like open it to like turn it off if I want to like put it in sleep mode like that really quick. So that's a little awkward. I wish they had the button elsewhere, but again, not that big of a deal. So I really love this case. Another thing I like about this case is that I take this to work. I will take this to a cafe. I can eat and read at the same time because you have a little stand that comes out like this. So it's easy to kind of just prop it up like that. I could be doing anything. I could be at a cafe. I could be eating something. I could be just journaling or reading at the same time. So I really like that that has this kickstand as well. So I feel like you get a lot, and it protects your e-reader. I really love these cases, and it doesn't add too much bulk. It really doesn't. So I really love these cases, and they come in so many different colors with so many different patterns and prints, so you can really choose something that works for you. But anyway, we're coming to the end of the video, and obviously I haven't like read in this yet, and I think I'm gonna like it, but man, the prices of these books are just shocking to me. I'm still blown away with how expensive this book was. I'm gonna try to see how expensive other books are. I'm just going to say that maybe it's because, you know, it's a new release, but wow, it's like over $10 cheaper on the Kindle and, you know, $8 cheaper on the Kobo. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this yet. It's just going to be a little bit pricier buying books on here. So, but again, the device feels good. I do like the layout of the device. I don't know if you can change the screen on this or not to have it showcase the book that you're reading. That's not a big deal to me. So to wake up your Kindle, you would just kind of hit the button down here, and I think it takes you straight to the library. Oh, you have to slide it to unlock it. And then there's my book right there. So yeah, that's not a big deal for me. So, oh, it changes. Oh, my screen changed. Oh, let's try that out really quick. So I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna turn it off again to see if the screensaver changes. Oh, it changed again. Now it's like a white background. Let's try it again. I want to see how many are on here, right? No. So you do have a screensaver that changes each time you close your Nook. Let me just see how many. A different one. That's different. Let's continue to look at them until it repeats itself. Yeah, okay, so that's all of them. I'll have to figure out if you can showcase your book on here. I'm gonna look that up really quick. I'm still playing with this device. It's actually getting really dark outside. I don't know if the light is changing too much on your end, but I found this area in here called Trends under settings, and you can actually each month challenge yourself to get lost in a book every day. So it does show like number of days that you've read. I do like reading challenges. I do like the fact that the Kobo has that as well. It tracks how many days you read. So that's kind of nice. I'm still looking for how you change your wallpaper, but I'm having a hard time finding that. I mean, that's again, not big of a deal, but I'm here. I kind of want to know. Okay, I just got off the phone with Nook again. I feel like we're becoming quite good friends at this point. I've called them probably at least 6 times in the course of making this video. I will say this feels a little glitchy at the moment. Now, when I first fired this thing up, it did say I had some updates, which I didn't do. I skipped over it because I didn't have enough battery. I'm going to do some updates on this and just see if it kind of cleans this glitchiness up. But apparently you cannot choose your own wallpaper on here. Again, a little bit of a bummer, but what it comes down to is enjoying your experience about reading, right? All these e-readers, you can dress them up however you want. You can put as many stickers on them as you want. You can put sunny angels on them, pop sockets. You can do all the cool things, but what it comes down to, they're reading devices. And if you don't enjoy the way you're reading a book on a device, it doesn't matter. So what this is going to come down to is how is it going to be reading this book? Okay, I'm going to read this book. Now, I did go through the user manual a little bit, which is downloaded on the main screen here. You can highlight some things on here. If you hold a word, you do have a little menu that comes up here and you can highlight it. And then if you click on it again, you can add it to your clipboard. You can add a note to it. So if you're into that, I don't do all that, but you can add a new note. So if you want to type some information about what you just read, it's been added to a clipboard. So you can do some things to kind of help annotate the book a little bit. Again, I don't really do all that. I just enjoy reading the book. I'm not studying the book. I just want to read it. So if you're looking for obviously something that you can like add some notes to, you can do this on this device. I'm not going to get in detail because it's just not something I'm going to do. And I don't know how I feel about this yet. Overall, I like the aesthetic of it. It feels great in the hand. I love the buttons on here very much. I love my cover. I love my case for this. I do like the fact that I can hold it. I like the fact that I can prop it up if I want to just read while I'm at work, while I'm eating, something like that. But what it's going to come down to is using this. I'm going to have to decide whether or not how expensive the world of the Nook is to buy these books. I don't know if that's going to be worth it for me. I don't know. I'm shocked again. I know I sound like a broken record, and I've been sitting here way too long playing with this, but I'm shocked with how expensive this book is. Like $28 for an e-reader. Like, this is insane to me. But you know, if I enjoy reading on this, obviously these are the two devices I was hoping to keep. This one's amazing. I love this so much. But these both are more expensive than the Kindles as far as buying the individual books. I'm actually, that could be a deal breaker for these for some people, depending on how much you want to pay for your books. Now, I did pay $149 for this device, and I kind of forgot how much everything is here, as far as like, I forgot how much I paid for the Kobo, and I think this was under $100 for the Kindle Matcha, and I want to say I probably paid around $150 for this Color Soft. You know, I do buy them without the ads, so I do pay a little bit more. What's nice about this, it doesn't come with ads, so you don't have to worry about like ads coming through all the time. So yeah, we'll see. Like, I'll see how I feel about this over the next few months. I'm going to finish my book that I'm reading now, my Dan Brown book now, and I'll see how I feel about reading on this device. And then I think what I'm going to do a little bit later is I think I'm going to do a video of just comparing all the e-readers that I have. I also have been interested in that Books, that little tiny e-reader. I've been interested. I've been seeing so many videos on that. I don't know how I feel about that yet, but I'm going to use these two exclusively over the next few weeks. And then I think what I'll do is I'll come back and I'll do a video on all e-readers. So anyway, thank you for putting up with me today, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe it gives you some insight on some different e-readers here, and until next time, cheers.